All right, State Champs Nation, it's time for another update in our Total Softball Player of the Year competition. This is Donnie Dreher from Total Softball. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, so again, we have a blast doing this competition each and every year. It seems the talent, I don't know if the talent was getting recognized to the fullest extent that it has in Michigan, but there are so many great players in the state right now. Not only do we have a top 10, we've now created a top 15 watch list, which you can check out on our websites, statechampsnetwork.com. But it's just incredible how many gifted athletes we have.
Yeah, and tracking them. We appreciate some of the correspondence people are sending to us, because that is very helpful when we talk about a big list. It's also important to understand this watch list initially, as the stats are coming in, is really built on a couple of things. One, what kids have done in the past. That's a way to initially get on the watch list. Or kids that have had tremendous success at the club level. So we're aware of these kids and we're starting to track them. But as we go on, Lauren, I anticipate that we'll see this watch list turn over 70-80% as the stats start coming in and kids start climbing onto that list and eventually climbing onto our top 10 list.
One of the great things about this award is that you do not have to be a senior. So where Miss Softball will be a senior, our award can go to anyone. And again, this is where and we've got some freshmen right away that we're going to talk about that can jump into softball, varsity softball, make a huge impact, and deserve the recognition and our attention. So, keep the correspondence coming. It's great. Let's talk about right now. Let's quickly give an update maybe with a couple of players from our top 10 and what they've done so far in the early goal.
Yeah, one of them is Gabby Sala from Escanaba. Started out the first game, a shutout, 9 strikeouts. Not to be outdone is Gabby Sherman, who threw a perfect game with, I believe it was 13 strikeouts. I think I'm close there, 13 strikeouts. A perfect game already. So there's a kid that's making a salary drive and a statement to say, I want to win Player of the Year.
In fact, and you can watch those highlights right now. We happen to have a camera at that particular game to see Miss Sherman's excellence out of Millington. So congrats to her. And that's just a little bit about what's happening right now. But let's get to our watch list. Okay. So we're gonna put the list on our screen now. These are our top 15. Who are some of the ones that you'd like to comment on?
Well, one, a lot of people know about Marley Carney. A great pitcher from Howe. She's already had a statement win against Heartland, so she's one that obviously would be tracking. There's a great player out of South Lyon East that not a lot of people know, Emma Loveland. Emma Loveland defensively is very versatile. She's a catcher, but she can play outfield, she can play infield. And, she's 5'0", but can just pound the ball over the fence. So she's someone that we've been watching, we love to see. Maggie Murphy from Mercy. She's already 9 games in. I think she's hitting 500 and got 5 dingers. Another kid that it looks to just killing it, as we had mentioned earlier, was Kylie Lewandowski, hitting a ton of home runs out of Ypsilanti Lincoln. So she's someone that's definitely got a great start and a kid that could very easily see in that top 10. So the other one that I want to mention is the freshman Lily Valamont. Now Lily's a kid. I mean, she's just a freshman at Cabrini. But in the club world, she's known nationally already, playing on a top-ranked team. And but her challenge is not only being on the top 10 or the watch list, but trying to get to the top 10. But the first thing she's got to do is win the battle at home, because she has an older sister named McKaylee that's a great player in her own right, going to Central Michigan. And the last count we have is Lily's got 5 home runs and McKaylee's got 4. I understand that McKaylee's hit a couple bombs where there wasn't a fence.
Okay.
So,
right. She had to leg it out.
Lily is definitely a kid that we're going to continue to watch, just based on what she's done on the club scene.
Yeah. So we have got the watch list on our website now. So look for the link when you go to vote for your Player of the Year candidate. And then you can just kind of check it out and see everybody who's there. That's what we're thinking about. Now, we've got great correspondence. We did not know as much about the Ypsilanti Lincoln catcher, and so it was brought to our attention from our community. I know Matt Mowry wrote a story on the team, covered one of the games this week, which you can read at statechampsnetwork.com. But the important thing is that if you let us know, we want to investigate, we want to check them out, and we want to put them on the list if necessary. What will happen is, especially over the next couple of weeks, some of our top 10 candidates may not just be fitting the bill. and they may fall off. Some of these watch list candidates will force themselves into the top 10. But I just want to end by saying, we filmed this segment on Wednesdays. The voting has been incredible. Over 5,600 as of a little past noon on Wednesday. Brooke Nadalny's leading the way with 2,300 votes. But good on the Lake Orion community. Tessa Nuss has got almost 1,000 votes at the time of filming. Rachel Everett at Heartland's got over 500. Vote often. It really does make a difference at the end of the season. The top vote getter, no matter how they're performing, will automatically be in our Final Four. And the top vote getter can never be knocked off the list. So even if they're having a slump and we figure, maybe we should have that, person maybe fall back on the watch list or off the list, we can't do it because the people say she stayed.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's how it is. And then at the end, we'll choose the other three that will make up the Final Four. But the voting means a lot, and there is influence in the actual decision itself. So, again, games now. Hopefully the weather's going to cooperate the rest of the way. We're going to get the full slate of games in, and we'll be able to talk about it next week right here on the Total Softball Player of the Year Race Report. We will see you next week.